She done. She done.
Oh, yeah, look at those holes.
You just like dragged it across the hole.
Oh, yeah.
Cut it in half like a saber. Oh yeah, I'm on fire.
What the hell happened? Oh my gosh. Blocks everywhere.
Did I kill you?
knocked me out of the pilot seat, but like it was the weirdest thing I've ever
Alright, how's everybody doing? This is Luke the Duke, and we are once again playing some Space Engineers, my friends. And this would be episode 41 of the online survival series. Now, they've changed quite a bit since the last time we've played, and the changes they've made are pretty substantial, my friends. So, what they've added in is this giant monstrosity of a machine in this mod that is called the Nanite mod. Well, they're called Nanites, but the actual mod is called something else similar to that, but they're Nanites. And basically, the whole theory, the whole, gist behind this thing is, so you're able to build a nanite module, so just a main factory on one of your ships with cargo in it, and you're going to want to convey the nanite factory, the nanite lead module, to the rest of your ship's conveyor ports and into your main cargo. And then what you can do is you can add these little beacons into different ships. Or let's say you're trying to build a station, you're trying to build a small ship, it doesn't matter what it is, but your large ship or wherever you put the module nanite control system will feed resources to whatever you're trying to build, whatever you place the beacon on, and it builds it quite quick. So you'll see these little like blue floating orb things, and they sort of look like ghosts. We would call them ghosts or spermlings, but that's a little bit more on the sexual side. I don't know if we want to get into that, but yeah, so the spermlings, the ghosts, whatever you want to call them, they they're all color coordinated. So when they're first coming towards your ship, they will be, I believe it's blue, and they will come to your ship with the resources. They're just these little orbs that drop it off, and you can see like a little bit of like a grinding animation or somewhat of like a welding animation. So it can repair your ships, which makes it gosh darn so impressive for repairing the platypus, because I've done a lot of damage to it. And what makes this different is, you know, regularly if you wanted to repair a ship that had been damaged like the platypus, some blocks get damaged behind other blocks. So like your outer layer you can repair, but there's some blocks inside the shell of your ship that cannot be repaired. So with the nanite system, they go in, you know, they can fade through your heavy armor blocks, any type of block, and they can go into other blocks, and they'll seek out anything that needs to be repaired, anything that needs to be built. And gosh darn it, if it isn't one of the most impressive, and I don't want to say game breaking, but it is definitely game changing. So I don't know if I'm gonna need a welder anymore, to be honest. So basically for this episode, we are planning on turning the Maximus Prime into somewhat of a nanite factory, so all these little blue ghost creatures can go around and repair and build anything I want them to. So of course, with a mod this impressive and a mod this game changing, there are going to be some drawbacks. And basically the main drawback here, and pretty much the only drawback, is the amount of uranium these things use. So within the first 2 days of this mod being active, I've probably used more uranium in probably the last like 2 months of me playing on the server. So just an incredible amount of uranium used. I don't want to say wasted, but it is definitely used, and it uses an intense amount of it. So the first day that demo, the server admin actually put this onto the server, I was seeing a lot of like new players on the server, like in chat, saying stuff like, why is my ship completely out of fuel? And then, you know, one of the veteran players would ask them, are you using the nanite mod? And they're like, yeah. Well, it's like, well, you need a lot of uranium. So in order to build this thing, I would suggest using a large reactor. That's what Wilhelm is using for our current nanite factory. And as you can see here, we are repairing one of the drill ships. So we're repairing it, and we're building some of the thrusters on it. So as I said, the color coordinated system, the blue orbs come in, and then when they leave, if they're green, that means they've completed their task and they're heading back to the nanite hub. If they're red, that means they didn't have enough resources in order to build it, so you're going to have to either queue up some more, or you're going to need to, you know, weld it yourself or put more resources in your ship or something along those lines. Now, one of the coolest things that these nanites do is they can actually queue up your assembler, so they'll actually start producing components that you need to build certain things all on their own. So like pretty much at this point, all you have to do is build the frame of your ship, and if you have a lot of uranium, you can just build that thing. So you can go off, do some mining, do whatever you got to do, just do something completely different than building this ship, and it will just put the whole thing together for you. So as I said, be very careful with the be very careful with how much uranium you're using. So I'll leave a link to this mod in the description. I usually don't do that in survival episodes, but this mod is so gosh darn relevant and so freaking cool. I mean, geez, we've been getting so much work done. We've probably got more work done in the past 3 days than we have in fucking just months. So that's why this episode's taking a little while to put together. Our last survival episode was about 3 days ago, and I wanted to put this out really early so I could just show you guys what we've been up to, but I decided to pack it into the regular episode. So we're going to be working on a couple different things, working on turning the Maximus Prime into a nanite factory. Hopefully we can show, well, we will end up showing what it looks like. We showed a little bit of like a smaller ship that just needed some repairs being rebuilt, and, you know, some blocks being built on it, but we're going to show just completely 0 to 100, just the starting frame of a ship being built by these nanites. And it's pretty cool, you guys. So the FPS has been fixed. You know, there used to be an intense rubber banding problem that was very prevalent for about 2-3 weeks. And the rubber banding, I don't want to say it's completely gone, but it is so much better, to the point where, God, I've been putting so much work in. This is going to be a very substantial episode, my friends. So once again, this is Luke the Duke, and Wilhelm, and the Constipated Bear, and sometimes Maximus Prime, and sometimes Sulton too. But gosh darn it, Sulton, you need to come back to the server. He's been playing this game called Tree of Life for just weeks now, man. Just weeks. As soon as the server started to go to the shitter, Sulton was off to Tree of Life to build some cool stuff. So I'm not sure about Tree of Life. We might have to look into that in the future. So I'll see all you guys in 1 second. And hopefully the nanite factory is close to being completed. What the fuck is this? Look at my legs. Look at my legs, everybody. They're just like floating. I can't move either, so it seems that we are bugged. But our legs are just flying out here, just dangling my legs. I could run up to Wilhelm and just like kick him straight in the chest. Gosh darn it, if this isn't some cool. It looks like I got knee pads as well. I didn't notice that before, but got some knee pads and some pretty bland looking shoes, apparently. But yes, this is our base. Gosh darn it if it isn't looking more extravagant every day we work on it. So we're trying to make it a little bit more organized. We're trying to park all the different ships around the Lotus station. And we're trying to fix this bug where my legs are just flying out from under my feet. Oh my gosh. For some reason this makes me laugh. I don't know why, but my left leg is just twitching. Why is that? Alright, apparently the ship is done and we're ready to go off and get some platinum. So, you know, we need platinum for a bunch of different stuff. For weapons, for thruster components, for a wide variety of things. Here we go, she's done. Yay. We may further tweak this thing, I don't know. Let's put one. Hopefully Wilhelm won't be too upset with me for putting one more downward facing thruster right here. Let's see how much work we can do. The nanites can queue assemblers too, so that's really cool. So if the nanites are short on a particular resource, they will queue up the assemblers, build the components for you, and then transfer it to whatever ship you're building. Just so gosh darn fucking awesome. You can see Wilhelm in the lower left hand corner is nanites OP as fuck. Which, yes they are. Very OP. Alright everybody, I'm off to platinum. And we got a couple different platinum placements. We have one right here about 55k away, but we're going to be heading off to our closest one, which is about 15k away. Impressive base we have going here. Impressive. I don't think we've ever been this set up, this advanced in any PvP server to date. So yes, we're going to head off to this particular platinum placement out here. And when we get back, we should be ready to go. Got a power over. There's some power usage problems. Might need to put a couple more reactors on this thing. God damn right. Alt tab at the same time just kills me, you guys. Just murders me left and right. I've talked about that before, but it's me trying to look around and press Alt and also trying to put my overlay back on. But when you press Alt and Tab at the same time, it minimizes it, so. What the fuck? What's going on over there? We're out of there. Whatever's going on. We're getting our drill ship out of there. And all of our other expensive stuff is still there. Oh, wow. We don't have our hydro on. Go like 10 times faster. They're trying to... For some reason, they're trying to kill, but Wilhelm's making. What the hell? Alright, here I am. We have found the platinum. We're going to get a good amount of it and then head out of here. There's actually uranium too, so now that the nanite mods have come into play, you always need uranium. So it might be one of the more desirable resources now. Platinum has always been pretty high up there, as well as gold, and of course thorium, which is the rarest of all the resources. But look at all this platinum. Look at it. So much. This can't be all the uranium. It can't be. This is it? This would even be a small amount if I had a hand drill. My God. Hopefully there's a little bit more like hidden underneath here. Alright, we're out of here. Oh, fucking hell! Tragic! God damn. Where's the damage? There was no damage. Okay, well, we got a little damage back here. Gosh darn, that was 100% my fault. I just backed out a little too quick. I didn't see this side, but I'm surprised it didn't do a lot more damage. It looked so violent. I crash this thing every time I bring it out now. Oh my gosh. So, we're going to head off to the other platinum placement. Hopefully we won't just completely destroy our ship in the meantime. So yes, it's a hard journey out here in space, my friends. We're just alone in space, hundreds of thousands of kilometers away from what we call our home. So I'll see you guys in 1 second. We'll be heading off to the secondary platinum placement, about 60k away. What the fuck is this? What did you do to the bear's den? Oh my god. Dude. Should I turn my turrets on or off? What do you think happened? No, everything we had. Everything. The bear's den is fucking down. So tough. How though? I don't. Did someone just one-shot the bear's den? Is that what it's looking like, or? I don't even know what ship I can use to. All the resources. I can't even build a landing gear. I don't have a welder. All the welders were in there. All the shit. For like weeks, we've been packing it in there. Alright, everybody. I don't know what to say. This is so fucked up. So, who knows what happened? Someone was talking about turret fire, and it just went off for a second, and then it was just gone. We heard this huge explosion, and half of the ship was gone. So, in the last episode, I said this ship would be finished by this episode, but it's been almost completely destroyed. You know, the top frame of it doesn't look too bad, but God, the inside of it's just completely wrecked. Every single cargo container, so literally everything we owned, was in the bear's den. We had transferred all of our resources from the Toad to the bear's den probably a good 2 weeks ago. So probably at least 300, 400 million worth of components, resources, processed ignits, just months of work completely lost. Every single cargo container was lost. And god damn it, Bear immediately left. Bear has logged off. I mean, he was just gone. You know, we ended up, the ship was just floating away. We ended up getting it to stop. We ended up refueling it with some power just to get it stopped, so maybe we can grind it away. God damn it. I mean, it's just so so bloody tragic. Everybody, let's remember the bear's den in the best of its days. It was still so young. I don't know if it even had its maiden voyage yet, but we really flied it for a purpose. We used the jump drives a couple times, but that's about it. It could be repaired, my friends, but I don't know if Bear is going to do it. This is awfully discouraging. I mean, the frame of it, I mean, it looks pretty bad on this side. Not gonna lie, it looks pretty fucked up. Oh, we ended up saving it with the welding ship. Gosh darn it. So don't this puts a halt to, God, it puts a halt to the series right now, my friends. That was all of our stuff. So we were talking about in the last episode, we were trying to get all of our eggs out of one basket, which ends up being a pretty good decision. So we put a lot of stuff in the Maximus Prime, a lot of resources, but the cargo capacity on that thing, and it had way more refineries, and this thing, all it has is processed resources, doesn't have any components. So at the moment, I can't even get a welder right now. Like, there isn't enough raw, like, actual processed components in this thing to... Yeah, Wilhelm says he's moving forward, so God bless you, Wilhelm. Yeah, there's not even enough components in here to create any welders or grinders or anything. Obviously, there's, we could process some in the refinery and make it fairly easily, but awfully discouraging, my friends. So I wanted to show you guys how badass the fleet was, and we were trying to like centralize everything around the Lotus station. And one more thing to point out, and I can't believe I didn't lead with this, it sort of just went right over my head. The nanite factories that we were talking about at the beginning of the episode, they're gone. The server admin decided to take them out. So, this episode has probably been like 3 days in the making, so we had it for about, 2 days. He removed it once, then he put it back in, and now he's removed it again. So if we had the nanite mod, this would be so much easier. We could actually potentially repair the bear's den at that point, or we could just disassemble it, because they also have a feature where you can disassemble an entire grid, so it'll just slowly like eat away at a ship and then feed it back to wherever the nanite module station is connected to. So yeah, if the nanite mod was still here, this would be a completely different story. So in the beginning of the episode, we were trying to turn the Maximus Prime into a nanite factory, but we're scrapping that because the mod is gone. Alright, so what happened to the bear's den? We may never know, but there's a couple theories out there. The main one being that for some reason one of our turrets ended up shooting a bear ship, rupturing a cargo container, and once one ruptured, pretty much the whole ship is going to explode, because I don't know how close the cargo containers were in proximity to each other, but just the amount of wreckage that comes out of one cargo container, we had that thing completely filled. So 400 million worth of resources, so just an intense amount of cargo would have just ruptured the inside of the ship, created an impressive explosion if we would have seen it, but I didn't see it. I just saw the aftermath and just the complete inside guts of Bear's ship just missing, completely gone. So, gosh darn it, we're gonna have to do a ton of work in the off season of the series. But yeah, so we didn't do much building in this episode. We actually, all we did was do some resource gathering, and we did a little bit of a creative battle test in the beginning for some different ships we're trying to bring into the server. Pretty much for next episode, we're gonna continue, and we're actually gonna start building some more stuff. This has been a major setback, so there's gonna be a lot of stuff behind the scenes that need to be done to keep things going. So I will see everybody in the next episode. If you enjoyed this video, be sure and support yourself some Space Engineers. Join the Steam group if you want to take part in some future battles, and support Mr. Bear, because he lost a huge ship today that he's been working on for a good month now. So once again, you guys, this is Luke the Duke, and good night and good luck.